like, catch myself just like, yeah, you know, I ain't really blocked my sound for a time. And on the humble, you know, just holding the message like, it's on, you know? Yeah, man, midnight, I keep up.
Transfer the utility to status with everyday useful. This true. This was the conscience band-aid work and census placebo. All the rebellious acted of solidarity within and still to cooperate and blend back in and remove all social activists. Hippie chopping to be the new version of the attempted kings. Babylon unequally the yoke a giant. Them a make sure the traits
Yeah,
of the
we gonna
little
hold a vibe
man
this life. We
some
gonna hold a
fine.
vibe this life.
CIC a go ruminate.
I wanna touch on something.
Rastafari a go
Yeah, but
override.
I'm just letting this.
Exact same human prototype and justify themselves by saying that you are so inclined from the garden to the gate, the temple to blow the real mind. Why things so tasty and not good, them I wonder why heroes and death related by some amazingly close ties. So no massive victim of hypnotic magnetized the claim of impenetrable virtue went from outside. Easy penetration in a them unity mind. And I try to force them put in the work them kind of thing like.
All right. So give thanks for life, y'all. So Vaughn just said something in that tune right there. That's real. He said, from the garden to the market, attempt to blow the world mind. Why things that taste so good, not so good? They might wonder why, right? He said, why things that taste so good, not so good? They might wonder why. I don't even want to stop rocking. This is my tune right here too, man. I can let them vibe out, you know. Yeah. But yeah. So he said, why things that taste so good, not so good? They might wonder why. If I feel judgment, I can tune, yo. Your court of law can't judge, yo. You're not worthy of judgment or sentence, yo. You're not worthy of judgment or sentence, you know. Yeah, but so why things that taste so good, not so good? Them I wonder why. Heroes and death related by amazingly close ties. Why things that taste so good, not so good? Them I wonder why. You hear that? Why things that taste so good, not so good? Them I wonder why. All right, because you've been palletized to poison from young. You know, from young, your palate has been cultured to eat toxicity and to crave toxicity and high stimulation, high stimulant foods that stimulate similar to any drug that you turn your nose up at. That's the ill part about it. Your food is the most widely abused drug on the planet. You know, you eat for stimulation, you eat for comfort, you eat for emotions. You don't eat for hunger. Because if you truly ate for hunger, a bag of apples would be freaking amazing if you're actually hungry. You know, it's just that simple. You know, and you've been programmed by the system to not respect fruit as food. And that's deep right there. The fact that you've been programmed by the system to not respect fruit as food. No, you look at fruit as a snack of some such. And you don't even know how to pick fruit. Fruit is like a punishment, so you don't know how to get your nutrition from fruit. You say fruit can't give you everything because you've been indoctrinated to think you need this heavy, complex, complicated thing, man. You're not that difficult. Why the biggest creatures, the biggest of animals and species can thrive on two or three different items, but you, the human being, needs these billions of minerals and nutrients and enzymes and blah blah and all your scientific words. You know what I'm saying? That I know them well. I'm just being, you know, I'm just making fun of it at the moment. My point is that the system complicates it, and I fell for the complication. You're out here studying all these things and want to be educated on all these things that you need, so you're getting everything you're supposed to get. But it's really not that difficult. It's really simple. It's really simple. You eat fruits and live. You really eat fruits and live. You eat the food as nature gives it to you. If you can't palatize it, if your palate, I always get that word messed up. Palatalize. It's like I'm looking for an extra T or extra L in that when I say it. Enunciation just does not roll for me. When I was young, I had a very bad speech impediment, so sometimes I gotta skip over certain words. Yeah, confessions. But yo, seriously, why things that taste so good not so good? Then I wonder why. Because your food is dealing with witchcraft, and I'm not on no spookism type of shit. I'm not gonna call out no names. I don't do that spookism and all that mythological talk. I call it witchcraft in a sense of jokingly, because it's like, when you're growing up in the movies, you see the witches, they have their big pot with the big stick, and they're always brewing something and stewing something. They add a little bit of this ingredient here, ingredient there, and they come and poof, they have this, this concoction that they use for their witchery. But if you look at food, that's what food is. You got a big old pot and a stew and a spoon, and you throwing stuff in there, you mixing it together, and you create this flavor that does not exist in nature. You create a flavor by mixing all things together, and you've been told that this is a good thing, but is it really a good thing? When you look at society, look at the world we live in. I can always rest my argument on the insanity of human beings. The insanity of human beings comes from cooked food. Dare I be so bold? You know what I'm saying? But it's just, yeah, you have to do all that to the food because by itself you don't want it. You do all that because you don't really want what you're eating. So you do all these things to make it something that you can trick yourself into eating. So, yeah, we gotta come better than that. We gotta come better. We gotta become natural. If you ever travel to warm tropical climates and you had the opportunity to sit under a fruit tree, you would truly appreciate the taste of fruit, and you would understand that fruit is a complete meal if you eat enough of it in its right, beautiful stage where it's supposed to be eaten. It's absolutely amazing. So please don't misunderstand the power of fruit, because the power is in its simplicity, and that's really our food. And I'm not even talking about I ain't talking about no magical health tips from eating fruit. I'm just saying fruit is a food that you're supposed to be eating. And the reason why we're going through all shit as humanity on just a psychological level is because we're not eating our right food. Everything you eat creates what you are, and we got some cooked and seared and fried minds from the cooked and seared and fried foods. I don't know why I'm on that vibe this morning. I just heard Vaughn say, things that taste so good, not so good, then I wonder why. And it goes beyond cooked foods, even in this world food circus, as Dr. Aris Latham likes to call it, the world food circus. Hail up to Baba, hail up to the teacher, Aris, give thanks, And it's like, when you gotta take all these fatty dishes and bombard them with salt and all these extra spices, complicating it, that too is really a stress on the system that's not optimal, but it tastes so good, right? The raw pizza and the raw lasagna. And man, I'm not saying I'm never gonna eat me a raw pizza or raw cashew cheesecake again in my life. I'm just saying it's not optimal. It is culture of it's just joy, it's just fun, it's just fulfillment. It's not something that you have to eat, that you need to eat, that's required to get your nutrients and to get all your proteins and things like that. It's just fun food because of the times we live in when it comes to culture and things like that. But it's not optimum either. Real talk. A lot of ones get caught up in that raw food circus and you eating mad salt, and that salt shit is not the move. Like, salt is not the move. And when you add an oil to your food and all that, it's still not the move, even if there's no fire involved. Just so you know, I'm just gonna put it out there so no one says I'm being partial and showing up favoritism and somebody try to challenge me on that level. So I'm gonna be fair all around. But cooked food still works. Yeah. So yeah, that just hit me this morning, just the vibe, and I'm over here listening to the music and why things that taste so good, not so good. Then I wonder why. Yeah, because it's sparking, stimulants, stimulation, similar to drugs, even in the raw food world. I already said that, and I'm gonna say it again. Yeah, so now I'm gonna return to the vibes. Give thanks to the music. Yeah, give thanks for the moment, y'all. Live up. Yeah, live clean.